Hello, everyone, and welcome to the topic, Compassionate Economy. I am Jamin Shively, co-founder and president of Radish.org, and I'm here with my partner and brother and our host, Mr. Eric Miller. Eric, thank you so much for having us.
Glad to have you.
Wonderful. And we're here in beautiful Monterey, California. We've got Monterey Bay in the background and birds flying by. and joining us online, we have Crystalline, we have Michael, and Takashi, and Tiffany in Atlanta. Crystalline's in Rosamond, Michael and Takashi are in Seattle, and Tiffany is in Atlanta. Welcome to you all, and welcome to everyone who's watching this video, either in real time or recording. Welcome, and thank you for watching. So, compassionate economy. The concept of a compassionate economy is an entirely new sector of the global economy made up of compassionate companies. And what is a compassionate company? A compassionate company is a company which focuses on kind of three main pillars, right? When they get out of bed in the morning, they say, all right, on what basis do we make our decisions? The three main pillars that we've come up with, and this is all, up for discussion.
Is that a triple C conversation?
No, that's a really good point. It is a triple C conversation in terms of, putting it in its precise terms as a standard. But I think for compassionate economy, it's kind of like just on a broad sense, we have these three broad pillars. It's kind of like this is sort of the topic for, but it's a great question. What do you think? Or like, what would you say about, how would you bound the compassionate economy topic?
Compassionate economy, I think it would speak more from the perspective of companies that decide that they want to do something from a compassionate, monetarily from a compassionate side. They want to contribute. They want to be able to support a compassionate movement, or a compassionate community. Whereas Triple C has its own. That's a certification. That's just a criteria. Somebody that contributes to the community. That compassionate economy may not be Triple C certifiable.
That's a really good point. And in fact, another point that we could make there is the compassionate economy being a big, broad concept. Triple C is simply one way of implementing.
Right. It's right.
And there could be other ways.
There could be other ways.
That's a really good point. I like that. That's an evolution in our thinking. Because before I had the two fused together. But I think it's very healthy to keep them clean and separate like that. So thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
Any other comments on that? Because for me, that's an important distinction. Compassionate economy is broader than Triple C. Triple C is simply the first standard that seeks to actually implement a compassionate economy in precise terms. It's kind of like before there was certified organic. A lot of food products said all natural or 100% natural, but it wasn't well defined. You could see the direction they were taking it, which is we want to produce natural foods. But then you ended up with, natural milk that was made it came from cows that had been given RBST, and little kids are sprouting hair on their chest, even girls. And so there's this big RBST scare. And that's what really gave a big push to certified organic. That's kind of what we see Triple C. Certified organic, not that I think it's the best certification in the world, but it is very, very clear in some respects in how it's defined. Basically, no chemicals, no artificial chemicals, just natural, using the natural elements of nature. Likewise, Triple C makes it very precise and very rigorous, right? But compassionate economy as a broad concept, it's kind of analogous to all natural.
Oh, yeah.
In a way, right? But a compassionate economy is fundamentally made up of compassionate companies and compassionate people who want to do the right thing,
It's supported by that whole. So they're all supporting the idea of creating this world that says compassion. Economically, we want to donate and we want to contribute to compassionate circumstances. So they're looking at how do I play my part. So companies have always identified with the idea of understanding their societal contributions.
Yeah.
And they've always wrote that inside of their model to say, I understand that I have to give back to the communities that I actually do business in.
Right.
Now we're saying, let's create an actual compassionate economy that primarily allows companies to focus in that direction.
Yeah.
You know, opposed to, you know, and looking at each other from that perspective as well.
Right. And compassionate economy as a thing right now, currently, compassionate economy is a membership model, like a collective membership model. Compassionate economy, we filed for a collective membership trademark, right? Compassionate economy. In other words, you can become a member of compassionate economy. Now, what kind of standards or criteria are we going to impose, or is the board? Do we anticipate the board of compassionate economy imposing on, if you want to be a member of compassionate economy, you need to meet these criteria, or you need to clear this bar?
Wouldn't that fall under the CCC though?
Well, see, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is
where do the two separate? That's what you're looking at.
Exactly.
But I would say compassionate economy, it has its own life, because you're just telling companies to actually operate from that perspective. Not everybody is going to look at being completely CCC, because CCC has criteria that most people don't build their models around.
Yeah.
So I would say compassionate economy allows people, no matter what your model is, to still want to be a part of it.
But in terms of membership, or be a part of it, kind of more in spirit.
You can kind of both.
But getting back to the membership question, if you're a member of compassionate economy, the organization, right? Like you're a member of AAA, or you're a member of, you know, whatever. If you're a member of it, what requirements do we have? Is CCC the bar that you have to clear to be a member of compassionate economy, or is there a lower bar?
I think there would have to be a lower bar, because you know, some people want to do that, but they didn't build their model around that.
That's a really good point.
Because you might have a business, if me and you are business partners, I might be 100% want to donate 100% of the profits, whereas you say, hold on, I've put my life savings in this. I'll give 10%, you know, towards it, which would mean you would be in conflict automatically, even though we both agree that we should do something from a compassion.
We both agree that we should give.
We should give.
It just where we differ is on the degree.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. That's a, you know, I think this will be a very healthy conversation to just develop on this time grid, right? Yes. What should the bar be for compassionate economy?
Mike,
right?
Listen, Mike and Tiffany and Crystal, what do you guys think?
And Takashi-san.
And Takashi.
I think these introductions to time roots are succinct, and so they serve very well as an introduction to the topic.
But what do you think about, I mean, the fact that we're kind of bouncing around? It kind of shows where the very edge of the topic is, right? As opposed to playing safe in the middle and having something that was approved by HR and approved by marketing, and it just turns out to be corporate gobbledygook. Right. Here we are on the bleeding edge, you know, arm wrestling, right? Over, you know, what should it be? What is the divide? In fact, even before we launched this topic, I had the topic compassionate economy / CCC, like I had the two fused together, right? And we agreed before it that, hey, let's.
So from that perspective, Michael, you're just saying let's just stick to the narrative of just doing the timelines on the introductions, and then come back later on another time when we got time to hash those things, or to put those things in their right perspectives.
That's my feeling, because I think Jamin's providing a general framing for each and every topic going on down the list, and I agree that these are two different topics. So Jamin said, oh, two different topics. So providing the framing for the conversation to follow, I think is good, instead of getting bogged down in the debate. Now, the debate's interesting, but I like these short, sync, it kind of gives you, well, what are we even talking about here, right? Well, Jamin's going he's going to lead the conversation, and it's kind of like all along the timeline, you're continuing to have the conversation. And it's an ongoing debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
So I have any number of things to say about all of these things. And
hopefully people will tune in to hear what they are. Yeah, no, just speak away, say on, or or if there's stuff that you want to hold off for a later.
No, I think he's right. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
On another.
I agree. I was just about to say I kind of agree with what Michael was basically saying too.
Yeah, just frame it. Don't get too far into the meat of it. I mean, now that we've gone deep into the topic, I mean, like, how would you frame this topic, Michael? Would you say compassionate economy is this really cool thing, and stay tuned for details later? I mean, you gotta jump into the mud pit at some point and get yourself dirty, right?
Yeah, I think that's what you're doing.
Okay. I mean, are you saying that we've gone too long already, or
I'm not concerned about that because Richard can always edit things out.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think for the purpose of what we're doing for this call,
Yeah,
I think that's the point that he's making, which is kind of true. Let's just stick to the introduction of it
okay.
and just give a quick narrative, and that way, you can tell them join us on this, and then we'll talk more about this subject.
Okay.
So kind of get everybody.
Should we nix this video then and just redo compassionate economy, or should we just let it be? I say we let it.
We can let it be and
Let it be
jump
for
on to
now.
the next. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Richard can edit it if he wants to.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all, and thanks for everybody's input. Please keep providing feedback, because that's how we refine the medium, is
Absolutely.
with this feedback. So just keep it real. So thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for watching.